Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm back, and this time I got my Technomancer here. I saw a comment recently requesting a Technomancer build. I saw that the main issue was that you may run out of bullets at certain times, so I understand. I know exactly what you're talking about, and I have a couple of fixes. So let's go through the skill tree, and I'll show you guys the gear I use, and I'll show you some potential ways to mitigate that. So hopping into the guns, if you feel like you're good with maintaining ammo and want something very hard hitting, get the Earthborn Renegade Assault Rifle. This comes with that Hell Rangers pack. I'm on PC, so it came with it when I purchased the game. I'm not really sure how. I'm sure you can purchase it some way, but if you don't want to, that's perfectly fine too. Any assault rifle with bone shrapnel will work. Just have like crit damage and long range. For example, I believe I have one here with crit damage and long range damage. This one would work. Gravedigger's Frenzy is a pretty good perk, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, just try to get some good passives on it, and any tactical variant of an assault rifle would be fine. So that's my first gun. It's if you're pretty good with maintaining air ammo. If not, I recommend going with the Amber Vault. This also hits extremely hard. Keep killing spree on it, and then put Dark Sacrifice. I think this works really well too, especially if you're on console. Like I also use a controller, so I get the whole aiming thing. I used to use this a lot. I've started recently liking this a lot too, but it's sort of, I just flip back and forth, whatever I feel like using. Another good alternative is the Inferno Seed. So I have a 90k firepower I found not too long ago, and I kept Wrath of Moloch on this one, and I put on Dark Sacrifice. This one works really well as well. So but this one you need to hit crits. So because I'm not the best with crits and all that, this is probably my third option. But sometimes I like using it too. And then your pistol doesn't really matter. So for the gear, I use, so on all my pieces I try to have bonus firepower and long range damage. Close range damage is pretty good. That's the third one I prefer. The cooldowns are pretty high for Technomancers, so that is something that you need to be aware of. But you probably won't need to use skills often. But yeah, for this I have Sharp Eye and Bloodlust. Then this is the only legendary piece of armor I use. I mean, I have mods, but yeah, for this I use the Borealis Monarch robe. I kept Icicle Storm, and I put Captain Hunter on this. For the pants, I have Mitigation from Death. That's our only defensive mod, and I'll show you a reason why. And I put Radical Therapy is what was rolled otherwise. On the gloves, I have Euthanizer, which comes from the Plague Sours gloves. I don't have any other one. That was actually the one glove I was missing. It was the last mod I needed. So I used the Hunts for that, actually. And then Toxic Lead for that ammo replenishment. And then for the boots, I have Crit Stack and Dum Dum Bullets. If you're playing with others, I've heard that Toxic Lead isn't the best, and I think you could use, Trick Up the Sleeve. Okay, so that's also a good alternative if you prefer that. I just like this Toxic Lead because I get 40% rather than 30. So, and then last thing, I think I already went through it. It's Crit Stack and Dum Dum Bullets. Just for that extra damage, since I'm using assault weapons, and Crit Stack, you'll hit crits with this. So I like going in with some crits, and then it just does a boost in firepower for me. But now for the maintaining ammo aspect. So there are two ways. You can either just use the Amber Vault because you'll have 90 clip size, and that may be enough. But if you still are losing bullets, so the skills I use now are Cold Snap. That's just the Borealis Monarch mod for Icicle Storm. It's even though it's got a long cooldown, it's really good for clearing like really tricky big rooms, even if it's got a long cooldown. Obviously blighted rounds, and then the last thing I use is Scrapnel, and you'll see why. It's actually to proc Cannonade, but if you are having trouble with staying alive, put on Fixing Wave. Now the main reason I do this is not for that 66% of health or whatever. It's because of the mod right here called Quartermaster. That activating the skill replenishes the current weapon magazine size for you and your allies. And I would say if you want to have that, you can either get rid of Crit Stack if you don't want to worry about getting crits, or I would say maybe Dum Dum Bullets. But pretty much, let me show you. So I'm going to go ahead and remove Crit Stack. And if you do put that, so it's a tier 3 mod, Fixing Wave, it comes on, I believe, a pair of boots. I'll show you that really quick. I believe it's this. Yep, the Torrential Downpours footgear. So yeah, just mantle that if you have it, and you can get that tier 3 mod. So pretty much, and I would then also take this point off and put it into probably something just your max health. There's not really much else you could do. I would say maybe even Toxicologist, but it doesn't really matter because you're going to apply Toxic super fast anyway. But yeah, there's nothing really else you could do. And then put on Fixing Wave. So pretty much I trigger, let's say I'm shooting. Oh, I'm suddenly getting low and I can't kill an enemy. Boom, I'm back up to 90. It's a long cooldown, but Technomancer, you have usually a lot more bullets, so you won't need it every fight, or you'll probably need it every once in a while. So it's more of just an emergency situation. You proc it, you even get health back, so that's cool, and you just go on. But if you're good with ammo, go ahead and keep Crit Stack. It'll help with damage, and you can also take advantage of Cannonade and put on Scrapnel and throw that every time you get it, and get a boost in damage that way. So I already gave a peek into the class tree. So obviously we spec into the Impact Amplifier skill here, and yeah, then we got some Life Leech. Obviously that's helpful. Increased armor piercing, that's pretty useful. Crit damage is also great, and then we go into Exposing Toxin. This is important because we now also put on Vulnerable, so we get that extra damage on enemies that are vulnerable. And this makes it so that we are killing people who are vulnerable even faster, hitting them harder. So it is also extremely useful. We also have Blur Screen. This is just to increase your max health, because Techno is not like the tankiest. He's actually pretty squishy. He just puts out crazy damage. Nitrogen Capsule, so that you're always sort of in that long range sort of damage, and you get that boost, because long range just has a huge boost as compared to short range for Technomancer. Cannonade, obviously, if you're not using shrapnel, put it into a health tree. Another weapon increase, and this is the same thing to decrease that long range distance. This is going to be doing more damage to enemies that are toxic, and we'll be applying toxic with the blighted rounds, of course. And then obviously Assault Master and Assault Adept, increasing armor piercing, obviously very important. That extra magazine size, and then this is also pretty helpful whenever we activate those skills. So that's the tree. If you want, you could use this exactly. It's actually very strong. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and do a quick expedition just to show you how this build does, and you know, what I can do with it. Alright, so I usually do roll with you know, crit stack, but this time, just to show you guys the ammo, I'll go ahead and use Fixing Wave for that Quartermaster perk. And what I'll do is switch between each rounds between both the rifles, just to show that both of them are viable. And yeah, so let's get started. And I didn't even spec into extra health, I just kept it on Cannonade, because I'll probably switch back to Shrapnel. But we start off with this, and as you can see, I didn't even spec into two sides of power. I feel like I die way more when I have that, so I just don't bother. I'd rather be a little less damage, because Technomancer already does so much damage. I don't really find it useful, even though, I mean, I get its use. And if you want to be straight up damage and don't care how squishy you are, then by all means you can spec into that instead of Cannonade and be just as good. But I just feel like this is the safer way, and I could do tier 15s without really having to try too hard, you know. So as you can see, I mean, this rifle, it's got 90 bullets, and I'm just not running out of any bullets at all. And yeah, like again, like with the Amber Vault, I really don't see the need to have Quartermaster, but you know, everybody's different. I understand if you need it, but I do see the need for it with the TAC rifle a lot more. So it is useful to have, and I've not seen a lot of people use it, so I feel like it's a very underrated skill. Use this, you know, just for that splash damage. This map, things are a little more in range, so I know there's some parts where things are closer. And let's see if I switch over to the tactical rifle here and just show you guys that. And I don't have any of the Bloodlust or Sharp Eye procced, but still got that Elite taken down. And yeah, I mean, right now I have 45 bullets, so not a problem at all, even with this. But if I do get in a sticky situation, I could always pop Fixing Wave, and I'm back up to full ammo.
This must be the Colosseum.
I'm gonna go ahead and use the Earthborn rifle here too, just because didn't get to use too much. So I'll keep sticking with this for now. Let's do that. Look, there, I popped it. I thought maybe I would be in a sticky situation. Probably could have shot a few bullets and then activated it, and that would have probably been a little bit smarter. But it's fine regardless. I'm still good on ammo. And actually I'm back up to 45 again, so. Yeah, I mean, you could use either of the guns. They both work just as well. If anything, the Amber Vault might actually be a little bit better, even though this is commonly the most used gun for Technomancer. And for the last part, I'll actually go ahead and use the Amber Vault, because that was a little fun to use too. I've been mainly using this, so it's a little different to use that. And yeah, so the cooldown was pretty high for fixing wave, but again, I barely ever need it, so. Just melting these guys. Technomancer is just too strong. It's crazy. But now we're at the last part. I'll go ahead and use my Amber Vault and yeah, finish this off. Dang. Alrighty. Yep, no problem. And I have tried two sides of the power, guys. I can't use it. There's just no way. I do see the noticeable damage increase, but I just feel so weak. Yeah, having Dark Sacrifice and Killing Spree, if you could do that with a tactical rifle, would be absolutely insane. Like, could you guys imagine? I know when they were doing that whole thing, because they were trying to get the weapons back for people that lost all their gear, they were allowing some people to change both their mods for their purple gear. So I know a couple people do have that. And I was just thinking that would be crazy. But look, I'm low on ammo. I know I could kill, but I'll just pop that just to show you guys. And I don't even have to worry about getting crits because I don't have crit stack here. And I'm still doing enough damage. There's just no need for getting crits. Was running low on health. Pop that really quick. The Amber Vault is not as good with range, but I don't get too close because I want that long range damage. And let's see. Oh, whoa. Cutting it a little close there. Gonna pop that. You're not invincible with this build, like my Devastator, but you can still get the job done. And we're almost done. There we are. So, pretty good build. Try it out. If you're really good with aim, by all means, go with two sides of the power. It's a lot of damage increase. But for me, the benefits are just not there when I look at, you know, the decrease in, or the increase in damage taken, I mean. so I don't really like this one. But that's the build, guys. Let me know if you try it out. Let me know if you're still having problems with maintaining ammo. But I think this perk should help alleviate some of the problems. At least I feel like it would for me. But again, if you're still having issues, try the Amber Vault with it, and I really don't see you running out of ammo. So let me know, guys, and thank you all for watching. I hope this was a good build and you liked the video. And yeah, leave any more suggestions, guys. I'm glad I got this one. I'm happy to see that somebody was interested in seeing a Technomancer. So let me know, guys. I'll try to put more creative builds. This one is sort of basic. It's just a firepower build. But I still appreciate all the feedback. So thank you, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.